I'm back. I'm Kira. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute. I haven't created on YouTube for a couple of months. We are namaslaying our adult content and OnlyFans pages. I took a break. I took a summer break. And I'm going to explain a little bit why in this video at the end if you stick with me. I cut my hair. As you can see, I love having short hair. It's so manageable, so easy. I did this in June, so it's been a little while since I had it. I just didn't share it until a couple of weeks ago. So basically, I've had an OnlyFans since the beginning of April. Very new to adult content, had never created it. I think I shared with you guys in the first video why I wanted to do this, and it was really to lean into joy. If you are just finding me now, I definitely encourage you to start at the beginning so you can kind of get to know me, get to see how I've grown on OnlyFans. So in this video, I'm going to update you a little bit on what has happened the last 2 weeks on OnlyFans for me, what is going on Instagram. So I'm also going to share with you what not to do on your OnlyFans. These are going to be 3 things that I personally have done that I don't want you to do. I know that it's not going to serve you in any way at all. So I am going to share those 3 things. I'm going to be talking about how we can get out of our heads and begin to build the lives that we want to live. So you're going to want to stick to the end for that as well. So firstly, with my OnlyFans, what's so awesome is I came back with this new energy. I found a mentor. And I'm going to share her link down below. Her name is Anne, and she is wonderful. If you want to grow in any business, you need to find a mentor, and finding a free mentor is not always the way. I had a free mentor in OnlyFans, and while she is great, she's building her own business and hasn't put aside the time to be able to teach other people to do this. So that is what Anne has done. And again, I have shared her YouTube link and her Instagram down in the comments. Oh, and coming back to OnlyFans, I knew that I needed to find a deeper why. And you'll find out at the very end why I needed to have a deeper why. But when I found that deeper why, I then searched out Anne and hired her. Since hiring Anne, I literally jumped from my very first week back in April of my OnlyFans. That first week, those numbers I was giving you, I literally leaped to 80%. So it was like literally going from nothing. I had a tiny following. I got rid of all of my subs. So I literally was starting at 0 subs. I literally grew 80%. And yes, a lot of that had to do with Anne. A lot of it had to do with me as well. So when you're aligned and your energy is different, you attract more. You attract more abundantly. It's so important to have that abundance energy. So listen, a lot of these videos that I'm making are going to be less about my OnlyFans business and more about your OnlyFans and adult creation business. Yes, you're going to gain some insight from me, but I give you the insight and you're going to be able to turn it around and do it your way so that it's going to be even better than mine. So just before the summer started on my Instagram, I got some warnings that what I was posting was inappropriate, and there was 0 showing any nudity or anything like that. It was frustrating, but I didn't really do a whole lot other than maybe delete what they had said was inappropriate, and I just kind of rolled my eyes and I was like, whatever. 2 or 3 days ago, I got not suspended, but where I forgot what it's called. So they basically sent me an email, or they basically sent me a message just basically saying that what I was posting was sexual in nature, blah, blah, blah. And they, gave me a few different posts that I had done. And I had a choice to either fight it or delete it. And at this point in my business, I don't have a lot of sole proprietorship in all of this. So I chose to take the easy route out. I chose to just delete what they asked me to delete, and I went ahead and did that. They were just basically saying that my account, people who were not followers were not allowed to see my content, which honestly is not that big of a deal. I do realize there's a lot of creators that, you know, they have thousands and thousands of followers and they are getting deleted. And that is, that's a problem. And I think that that's where I'm trying to build towards that. So I am becoming passionate in figuring out ways that, that we as adult creators can be protected. And I think, honestly, part of that is literally standing up for women, standing up for, our sexual rights as adults here. And just kind of when we stand on that, and really talk about factual information instead of just like how something made someone feel, I think that that's when we're going to be able to see some real change. So in coming months, years, whatever, I'm here for the long haul. That is something that I'm going to be working towards. So I am excited to be able to share that with you. I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I've done wrong. And they're big 3 mistakes that I know a lot of creators are making. And I know that I made them. And I just don't want you to be doing what I did. That's the main reason for sharing it. One is falling for scams. And although I have not fallen for a scam, I definitely have spent more time than I should on scams and scamish behavior. And that is those emails or those DMs that you're getting that are asking, do you want to be my sugar baby? I am a sugar daddy, I'm a sugar mama, whatever. I want you to steer clear of those. And the reason being is there is actual people who are sugar daddies and who are who are sugar daddies and sugar mamas. But let me just tell you, the ones that are worthy of your time are not going to be slipping in your DMs. Those are the ones that are going to take the time to become a subscriber and subscribe to your content and pay for your content because you are worthy of that. I feel like a lot of people want to depend on others like sugar daddy and sugar mama because they think that's the only way and the only source that they're going to actually be able to make this income. And I will work hard throughout the years to show you that that is not true. That is a lie that we tell ourselves, okay? So that's number one, is no more spending time in the DMs or emails with sugar daddies and sugar mamas. So number two is, and I see so many creators making this mistake, is they have their own boundaries and their own desires, how they want to do something. And then they have a sub that comes in on their platform. Sometimes it's on their platform and then it's also like in a normal social media. They kind of play off of each other, but it's the same person. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. They send unsolicited dick pics. They say really inappropriate things. Sometimes they're rude. I mean, there's so many things that sometimes can come in, and because they're paying us money, we can kind of say, oh, we're going to allow this or whatever. I want you to be able to stop that, okay? I want you to be able to create what I call them house rules. And I got house rules from a comedian. His name is Jimmy Sowell, and he is hilarious. His name is Nerdork. His name is Nerdork on Nerdork, so Nerdork on Instagram. Not only is he hilarious and makes great content, but he is starting some really great conversations about OnlyFans and about how we should have the ability to do what we're doing, and especially changing the conversation as far as women is concerned. If you go to my Instagram, I have my house rules pinned to my profile, and you can see that exact video that I'm talking about. And so that's what I have on my Instagram. Now, when you go on my OnlyFans, I basically have a letter, and it's actually a really beautiful letter that I created in Canva to not only thank my subs for subscribing, but I also explain to them that that I've got boundaries and I have house rules and that you need to check them out. I think a lot of people want to be really tough about it. I kind of approach it as an easy subject, that I'm not like coming off bitchy or which it doesn't matter if they think that I am. I'm actually really kind in how I explain to people that I have boundaries and this is my place. This is my place of creation and I get to make the rules here. And I make sure that they go and they check that before I even have a conversation with them. So that's like an automatic thing that I have. So then once I have that automatic message when they subscribe, then they have to go to my house rules that are actually pinned in my OnlyFans profile, okay? And what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to give you example house rules. So I'll share my house rules. I can give you example house rules of what I've seen on other pages as well. And then also an example welcome letter to your OnlyFans subs. I want to give that to you for free. Is that something that you'd want? Is that something I should create? If so, I think you should put it down in the comments and please let me know. As always, I welcome you over to Instagram. Creators are always welcome to message me. They're welcome to message me openly on there. I do answer back to creators who are looking for some help. And the third thing not to do is let people push your boundaries. Okay, so that is what happened to me. I let somebody push my boundaries. And honestly, that's part of why I didn't want to spend any time away from, I couldn't find what it was, is because I allowed someone to go over my boundaries, is I couldn't find the time to create and to give of my time to help others because I let somebody come and like literally jump over my boundaries. And ultimately it's because like this person was a nice person, and I do feel like there's a lot of subs that are nice, but they don't know how to abide by boundaries. And that is part of my work here, in terms of what I'm doing with Kira Jane, is I want to make sure that all subs will know how to abide by other people's boundaries, and not just on our social sex platforms, but in real life. I think that's really important to me. I think that's a lot of how the world needs to heal, is that we for so long have our own boundaries have been crossed for so freaking long. We are frustrated. People are frustrated. We watched our families jump our boundaries. I mean, we've just seen so many things that we are done. I know that I am done. And so it's part of how I see in healing the world, is bringing this message of what actual boundaries are and that it's okay to have them. So this is what happened to me. So basically I had an individual who really loved my stuff. I mean, he commented on every single thing that I did. He joined, he got my Snap immediately, my Snap identification, and really kind individuals, just sharing so much love and appreciation for me, which was so great. But what had ended up happening is I had verbiage that was saying that I am I give the girlfriend experience, which I needed to clarify what the girlfriend experience was for me, because someone might see that and think, oh, they need to talk to me every day. They need to do this. They need to do that. Well, here's the thing, is that I am not anybody's girlfriend at all. I've made that very clear on my platforms. I've made it very clear on in my messaging as well, in terms of how I've created this, is that I am a single individual and I share me with lots of people, not just one. So in the beginning, it started out really great conversation. I mean, we would talk, and it was really nice. And he would say, "I'm going to buy XYZ, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to give you this, and all this stuff." And it sounded ultimately really nice. It sounded really nice, but then it never happened. Like, they would make an excuse of, "Oh, you charge too much for this," or, "Oh, you do this, oh, you do that." And then there was a conversation where he legitimately thought I was his girlfriend. And I was like, oh my goodness, this poor guy. He is delusional. He thinks I'm his girlfriend. And I had to make it clear that not only am I not your girlfriend, you can't ask me to go down on my prices. It's not okay. I'm not, like, literally, I got my own worth. You have your own worth. Everybody has their own worth and what they want to freaking charge. And that is amazeballs, because it's yours, okay? I'm not going to make somebody pay for something. If they want to pay cheaper and they can get it someplace else, they can get it someplace else. This is time with me. I just know what my time is worth to me. So when people start, really delving into how they want to pay less for stuff, not only does, and I basically told him, I said, it makes me feel like shit when you do that. It makes me feel not good about what I'm doing here, because you're arguing about what you should pay because you think you're my boyfriend, which is not true. I was starting to get a little bit weary, and then in the end, what ended up happening was I just had to tell him too many times he's not my boyfriend. I had to address him as a client. And when he was like playing it off like, "Oh baby, I know you gotta do this, but you give me this," in the end, what had really happened is he had paid his subscription price. He had said he would do XYZ, all the freaking things, and did one of all the freaking things. And I mean, there was probably about 20 things. So I start believing you when you tell me who you are. You keep backing out on bullshit. You don't show up, all that. You're done. I create something called Pillow Talk for all of my subs. And he would talk about it like I made it just for him. Okay. And and the final thing that happened was I had to do a remake of a Pillow Talk because of timing, and it got deleted. And I had made it when they were sleeping, and he really loved it. And he's like, "You should do it again just for me," and like having it be free and all this stuff. And then I had made my own video, an explicit video that I had sent to all of my subs, and he got upset because he thought it should be for his eyes only. I made it very clear, this is my platform. I share a lot of me. I am not your girlfriend. And they just kept allowing it to flow like this. So then they got mad, and their subscription had just gone through. And he asked me to please block him so that he can get a refund from OnlyFans, and he would pay me through Cash App. That's when I was like, you know what, this guy's a bullshitter. I just blocked him on every single platform. His money no longer meant anything to me, okay? So I want you to be able to build your worth and know that that bullshit is not something that you deserve at all. Cut it out. That's my third and last tip there, okay? I wanted to give you one thing that you should do, okay? You should read this book. It's called You Are a Badass at Making Money, okay? And I have shared with you guys, I have made lots of money in my career in business, okay? And this book is so much truth, so much truth. And if you need to start anywhere with Jen Sincero, you can even do You're a Badass, which is going to help so freaking much. A lot about vibration. I am a true believer in vibration. It is scientifically proven that the world vibrates. As a young child, I felt my intuition know and feel vibrations. And so, as some of you may feel like this may be woo-woo, I definitely want to share this next part with you. Well, I have a lot of trauma. I have a lot of childhood trauma, even sexual trauma. As a child and as an adult, both. And I was able to heal myself through this. And part of how I was able to heal this is the teachings of Abraham Hicks. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, but Abraham Hicks is, quote unquote, a consciousness and the creation of Esther and Jerry Hicks. So if you are looking for something that talks about vibration, the law of attraction, that kind of stuff, I definitely recommend that you check Abraham Hicks out. So that's who my teacher is in terms of personal growth and all of that. And I wanted to share that with you. I also wanted to share that piece so that I could explain this next piece into how we really need to get out of our heads and really begin to build our lives. I've done so much studying in neurology, and it's what I've learned in terms of our hormones and our brain waves and all of these things is anything that we do, if we are struggling and we aren't writing about it or we aren't doing the work, it builds a little place in ourselves that can create unwellness. It is so important for me to be able to not only help you namaslay your adult platform, but it is so important for me to make sure that you are well in this industry, because it has been an industry that has been created out to be like it's bad, or it's this, or it's that, or a woman shouldn't do that, whatever, okay? And so that's why I get so serious about this next part. I have done a lot of work in wellness, and I've explained this to you guys. One of the biggest things in terms of the wellness and the neurology is I've really learned what helps people when they dream or when they have imagination. And a lot of us can't fully get to that place because we feel like it's stupid, or we don't have enough time, or all these things. We need to start loving ourselves is the basic lesson that I bring to everybody, is that literally loving myself has changed my life. It has made my life night and day. From where I was in 2018 to where I am today, I don't even know that person. And that's really where I have become so passionate in how I've created my systems and my content that I currently do in my wellness business. I have decided to bring it over here. I feel like adult creators are on the leading edge of conversation in terms of changing life and making it more beautiful. We are right on the leading edge. And so I know you are ready for this content. You're ready to learn this information. What I did about a month ago is I was able to just basically, I was able to record this meditation. And it is a meditation that I have used for 5 years. It has literally changed my life from the moment that I used it. And it's because I was using dream muscles. You can do your own research on dream muscles. I know that I'll have videos in the future about all of that. But being able to not take yourself so seriously in this business is really, really important. It's really important. I just saw this interview on Jessica Chastain. I don't know if you know who she is. She's a famous movie star. She talks about how when she's too much in her head, she messes up in her lines. She starts getting self-conscious. So before she even starts her lines, she like does something really stupid, like blah, like just so that it changes her brain waves. She doesn't have to take herself so seriously. This is what this meditation does. It's going to be able to help you take the pressure off of yourself. You're putting way too much freaking pressure on yourself. And to go along with this meditation, I created a little workbook, and it's not a very long workbook. It literally will take you 15 minutes to get through this workbook, and it outlays some of the most difficult information in simple terms. It makes you understand why getting your thoughts in the right space is so important. So these two things basically complement each other. They're going to complement each other. And I know that it's going to be something that's going to help you. So tell me this. If this is something that you would like and you'd like to be on the wait list, you can comment below. And of course, as always, you can find me on Instagram and you can ask to be on the wait list because this will be launching very, very soon. It is already completed. It is already freaking completed, which I am so proud of myself that I was able to do this. It's been something I've wanted to do for years. And because of my ADHD, I would start and then stop. I have been sharing with people for the last year my journey in ADHD, getting diagnosed, being back on medicine, and how much it has changed my life. So if ADHD is something you deal with, please let me know. I love connecting with you. We like understand each other. This is where this episode is going to come to an end. And I'm going to thank you again for being here. Literally, it blows my mind that I'm getting messages from women saying that you are going through exactly what I'm talking about and that you are thanking me for speaking out about what I'm talking about. I am on a mission. I'm on a mission to speak up for women. That is my mission. That is my why. Okay. We've got to get deeper whys. If we don't have deeper whys, we can unplant ourselves in our business and go in all these other freaking directions. It's so important to find our why. So I'm going to be super passionate about finding the why, helping women. And when I say helping women, when we're helping women, we are helping men as well. That is my firm belief. It's my firm belief. So I'm going to close this, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. I hope you are slaying your adult platforms. Literally, connect with me. Show me what you are doing. I love this. I love all the joy that you guys are creating. I'll see you soon. Bye.